Hello everyone, welcome to this Tableau tutorial. We're going to be looking at the Intelligence Center, doing a deeper dive on the Revenue tab. Starting up here on the left, we have the total amount of revenue broken out between the blanket and the CSP business. If you put your cursor in the middle, you'll see the total between those two. Now this is designed to be an interactive field, so clicking on it should filter the rest of the things on the screen where that's applicable. So you can see how either side of the business is doing based off of that. This year-over-year revenue change is going to take the same metric that we saw in the overall business tab this 12 months compared to the prior 12 months. How much revenue have we lost? Down below, that's broken out month over month. Now this line here indicates which is this year's data. In this case it is March now. So these 3 months are this year. These months over here are from last year. As I get more March data, this obviously will fill up some more. Hovering over field will tell you how much revenue was brought in that month and how that compared to the same month the year prior. So this is January 2018 compared to January 2017. We are down $191,000. You can click here on each of the 4 operating companies to adjust what is on the screen, so that you can see what happens to be true just for that operating company, if that's of interest to you. These bottom fields become not quite as helpful because they're designed to show all 4 operating companies, but if you want to do that, you can. Moving into the middle here, special services year-over-year change. Again, year-over-year is this 12 months compared to the prior 12 months. We break it out by the champs, Canada, Hawaii, Alaska, Mexico, Puerto Rico, and then also guaranteed business. Hovering over it will show you in the last 12 months how much revenue you've brought in and how that compares to the 12 months before that for this operating company. Down below, we show the yield from the last 90 days, the average yield over the last 90 days. And hovering over any of these will give you a 6-month view to see kind of how that compares to what it was doing beforehand. Weight is the same. Average weight per shipment over the last 90 days, and hovering over it will give you a longer view backwards. Then we get over to the accessorial side. First thing I want you to notice is that next to this accessorials is a filter. This filter is over on the side here because it only applies to this accessorial column. Here you can say, I want to see how accessorials have done in the last, and you pick a time frame. So if you want to see the last 3 quarters of the last 3 years, the last 3 months, weeks, days, whatever you want, you can put in here. Keep in mind that because I get accessorial data from the APA tool, essentially, it's often about a month, maybe a month and a half, sometimes even 2 months behind today. So you will not be able to, I'd imagine what will happen if I set this to the last 1 month is that we'll end up with some blank fields down below because I don't have that data. Yep, sure enough, everything goes away. That said, let's look at these 2 fields. Top potential accessorial revenue accounts. This is showing you, similar to the master dashboard, where it is we were charging less than our price, how many times that happened, and how much revenue we would have made if we had charged that minimum price. So for CareFusion, there were 10,000 instances where we had an accessorial, we didn't charge our minimum, and if we had charged our minimum, we would have made $181,000. Down below is a list of those accessorials to give you an idea what it is you might focus on, and both of these are interactive. If I were to click on Liftgate, it's going to update this up here to say, where is that Liftgate potential revenue available? If I click on CareFusion, it will update this down here to say, how does CareFusion break out? And it looks like the vast majority of it is in appointment availability. Thank you very much. As always, if you have questions, just let me know.